Here's why Warren Buffett's latest investment is such big news. He has been on a buying and spending frenzy of stocks in the last week that is historic, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to give you guys 5 different investments that he has just made with Berkshire Hathaway and what this means for investors, what it means for our financial sector. And at the end of this video, I'm going to explain to you guys Warren Buffett's housing metric for the reversal in the housing market. What is it? How does he utilize it? And what does it mean for all of you? And look, if you love the information, click and subscribe to our YouTube channel and pound that thumbs up button. Ladies and gentlemen, what is it that Warren Buffett is doing right now in the stock market? Now look, for years I've been telling people where there is blood in the water, there is massive, massive opportunity. And so what Warren Buffett sees right now is that historical market lows in so many different sectors are a buying ability for him to increase the shares and stock holding of Berkshire Hathaway. So what is he buying and what is he investing in? Well, one of his biggest transactions was a $4.1 billion Taiwanian semiconductor MFG company, which is a tech sector company. It's called TSMC. And I'll tell you guys that in spite of the yen going down by over 20% in the last year, it is a huge, huge acquisition for Berkshire Hathaway, and it's a huge acquisition for Warren Buffett. And so one of the second big investments that he made is in Paramount Global. He invested $1.7 billion in Paramount Global. Now there's 5 companies that Warren Buffett purchased back in 2020, and these are Japanese stocks. So part of the Tokyo Stock Exchange. So from top to bottom, and forgive me if I mispronunciate any of these stocks. Itochu, Marubeni, Mitsubishi, and Sumitomo are 5 of the stocks that Warren Buffett just currently invested an additional 6.5% interest into just over the last 2 days. And so what this means for investors, if somebody as sophisticated as Warren Buffett is investing in the market right now at this level, it means we are at the bottom of the market. Now, do we have a crystal ball? Does Warren Buffett have a magical crystal ball at his home that we don't know about? No, but I'll tell you that as one of the #1 most sophisticated investors in the world, when somebody like Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway are taking down large multi-billion-dollar acquisitions and their historic spending frenzies, it's one of the most relevant times that depicts that we are on the bottom of the market and there's one direction that we're going, and that's up. You want to say hi?
No.
Come say hi.
No. I'm not gonna.
Jada's going to bed. Come say hi.
No.
You gotta come say hi.
No.
Come say hi. Oh my goodness. And love you. I'll see you downstairs in just a bit.
Okay,
I
love you.
God bless
Good
you.
night.
Good night. Love you, baby. And so one of the big things is if you are sitting on the sidelines right now, okay, investors, if you are sitting on the sidelines right now, you are missing the boat. Investors have been talking about becoming cash heavy and liquid for the last 2 years, waiting for a market compression for opportunities to buy. And now we're seeing historical lows in certain market sectors in the stock market, in real estate. We're starting to see market prices drop and people are sitting on the sidelines. And what I don't understand is that when the market was just thriving a year ago, people were sitting on the sidelines going, goodness gracious. There is so much happening right now. I'm afraid the market's going to crash. I'm not going to invest. So now the market has compressed and the market has dipped. And now people are sitting on the sidelines going, interest rates are high, inflation is high, and we're in a recessionary market. I'm afraid to invest, which means you'll never invest if you don't start investing now. So the biggest thing is, when will you invest? If you're not going to invest in a high market or a low market, when do you invest? You'll never invest. Investors invest always. And the way investors invest is they always underwrite their investments for a worst case scenario, meaning that they always underwrite projects for a market compression. So over the last 3 years, I've been underwriting a market compression, underwriting for all of my takedowns, understanding that we know there's going to be a market compression. We just went through the longest expansion of economic growth that we have ever had historically since the 1940s, ladies and gentlemen. So we knew 3 years ago a market compression was coming. Indefinitely, we knew that. And so sideliners are sitting back skeptical about investing. And now that the market is finally compressed, investors are sitting back skeptical on whether they should invest. And I'm telling you guys, you're missing the boat. Sophisticated investors like Warren Buffett, the reason this is such incredible news is it tells you that even if we're not at the bottom of the market, we are getting close to it, because sophisticated investors like Warren Buffett, the number one investor in the world, is investing right now. That tells you, ladies and gentlemen, that we are going to start seeing inclines in the market over the next few months and the next year. Okay, a couple stock recommendations that I just took down. One is Boeing, the airline manufacturing company. There's only 2 U.S. Airline manufacturing companies. One of them is Boeing. Their stocks have plummeted, ladies and gentlemen. And if you guys think that their stocks are going to go away and the company's going to go bankrupt, you better think again. They're looking for bailout money, governmental money for bailout, and when they receive it, they won't be able to pay out dividends until they pay it back. And I'm a dividend guy. I love dividend paying stocks because I get paid like it's my cash on cash return is my dividend. And then my internal rate of return is the growth of that stock. And so companies like Boeing right now are going to see some type of accelerated growth over the course of the near future. So great investment. That's one that I am personally buying. Now, am I a stock guy? No, but I buy these because I draw on my own money to go out and buy real estate. And when my earnings generate on average over the last 20 plus years, on average, we make over 12% return. Now, with interest rates going up, when we borrow against our money, our interest goes up and payments on our stocks go up. But historically, I usually pay about 5.5%. Now I'm paying closer to 7%, but I'm still generating earnings and profits from these as I double dip on my money. And so just a little investment tip. Okay. Another one is Alibaba. If you guys think that the Chinese market sector and manufacturing will come back in spite of what they've been battling with with everything that's happening in the real estate investment sector and everything that happened during the pandemic, and if you guys still believe that China is going to be the manufacturing leader in the world, then you need to take a look at some of the Chinese companies. Alibaba is bigger than Amazon, but it's being pounded right now with everything that's happening in China. And so if you believe that China is going to rebound, Alibaba may be a great investment. So I dump money into Alibaba knowing that it's going to see some market returns potentially over the really near future as China rebounds from the pandemic and everything that's happening with the supply chains, distribution chains, and manufacturing in China, along with everything that's happening with their financial crisis due to their real estate investments. And so just another tip. Now, if you like this information, you want to see more, pound that thumbs up button, click and subscribe so you're notified every time I have a video coming out. Now, as I promised at the beginning of this video, one of the things I wanted to tell you guys about before I ended this video is what Warren Buffett's metric is for a reversal in the housing market, knowing when that reversal is coming, okay? And here's what Warren Buffett said, okay? The housing metric for reversal in the housing market is a reduction of housing starts. Okay, now what does that mean? If his metric is for a reversal in the housing market is a reduction of housing starts. Now, what that means is the number of new build starts that are on the market, okay? So if the number of new builds, mean permanent homes, goes down, demand goes up. Because in the United States right now, there's somewhere between 6 and 7 million single family dwellings needed just to fulfill the past the past need for housing. We're in a housing shortage of 6 to 7 million homes right now, ladies and gentlemen. And so anytime that the housing market goes down and new starts decrease, the demand for housing goes up. And so this is a Warren Buffett quote. Sometimes a bad number for housing starts is a good thing for the market, meaning that this is the time to start investing in residential single-family real estate or multifamily real estate. Now, as I went out and I started doing some research, one of the big statistics that I found out is that new construction in October was down by 4.2% month over month. So we decreased our new starts on builds by 4.2%. Now, investment professionals said that contractors were migrating from the single-family residential sector to the multifamily residential sector, but they didn't give us exact stats. So I went and did some extended research on what those stats were, and lo and behold, I found some real stats, and on 5 plexes or more have decreased by 0.5% month over month just in the month of October, which means, ladies and gentlemen, that there is not only opportunity in the single-family housing market, but also in the multifamily housing market. So if Warren Buffett has any inclination or idea of how to invest money, yes, listen up. It is time, ladies and gentlemen. The market decline and the bottom of the market is near, or we're at it. Now, I believe that the residential housing sector is going to continue to drop all the way into the summer of 2023 with slow escalating inclines out of the summer of 2023. And this has predominantly to do with high interest rates and additional interest rate increases over the next 30 days prior to the end of 2022. So we'll wait, we'll watch, we'll see what the feds do. I believe the single-family housing market has not yet hit the bottom of its market sector. I believe that we're going to see about a 10% compression in single-family median homes, okay? Single-family median homes before we get to the bottom of the barrel and the bottom of the dip before we start seeing an incline. Now, ladies and gentlemen, highly respected investor Warren Buffett, I wanted to share with you a little bit about what he's doing in investment strategies and why, and depict how are you going to take down your next investment throughout 2022 and 2023. Click below, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and pound that thumbs up button. I look forward to seeing you next time.